transparent. Everyone knows it. They can motivate those people to move up the ladder or to try to do better. High five and, get excited. It's not the easiest thing. So you've got to have some transparency. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's the mayor here, Heath Sheeran, here with another 3-minute video. And, this week we're talking in the last month, we've been talking agency assessment. We're talking about how to get your agency to where you want it to be. We're working on a lot of things in this blog. And what we're talking about here is how to run an effective meeting in your agency. And this is one of those things that, a lot of times gets abandoned because it's not the easiest thing sometimes, or they give up when things get hard, or it's hard to stay consistent with it, things of that nature. Some of the things we want to talk about in these 3-minute videos are how to overcome some of those things and how to get beyond some of that. And one of the things I want to talk to you about today is when you're running these meetings is to have transparency in everything in those meetings. And I know that's contradictory to what a lot of agency owners and agency managers want to see. And they want to not necessarily do that because they don't want to embarrass producers, or they don't want to, call out CSRs or even talk about the agency's growth or lack thereof. But I feel like to run an effective meeting, you've got to have some transparency, especially when it comes to production numbers and producers, CSRs, things of that nature, because not only is it going to help everyone be on the same page to understand where you're coming from when you bring up certain things, but it's also going to provide a level of accountability that a lot of agencies need in order to have that growth. And so if you've got all of let's go with producers because that's the easiest example to use. But if you've got 8 to 10 producers and you're showing every one of those numbers in your agency meetings, and to be able to celebrate, high five, and get excited, and maybe even give bonuses out in front of people, or incentive money in front of people, or just congratulate and have that public recognition to those agents that are doing really well on top and doing well. I think that's effective. And also the flip side of that, to show just the rankings and see who's on the bottom. And so it's transparent. Everyone knows it. They can motivate those people to move up the ladder or to try to do better, so they're not that low into the totem pole. And we get it. There's going to be swing months where maybe the guy that was up here is down here one month and vice versa. But I think it's solid and it's a good idea across the board to just have that transparency. Same thing goes for other things as well, with CSRs, account managers, whatever you want to call it. And maybe you find a way to be transparent in those numbers as well, whether it's cross sells, upsells, amount of calls that were made. With director of first impressions, maybe it's the amount of phone rings it took for them to answer the phone. But I think all of those metrics need to be open, transparent, but also measured and projected for all to see. So it's all right there, and it's measurable, and it's open for everyone to know what's going on. Complete transparency. And I think that's going to help your meetings to create some excitement, to create some buzz, to create some fun, but also to create that accountability and to create those other side of that as well. I think it's super crucial. Those types of things, transparency and those numbers and showing all of that. It's going to help your meetings to run that much better. Because again, to quote Kelly, numbers don't have feelings. Numbers don't lie. And so when you've got those numbers, when you've got those things, it's hard to hide. When a producer is saying they've done this or that, or a CSO or an account manager says, but doesn't show in the numbers, you can't hide behind that. And again, it's also a great way of celebrating. So I think in order to run an effective meeting, one of the things that should be in your agenda is sharing some of those numbers and discussing some of those goals and incentives and all of those things on a transparent, open, and honest level. Guys, I really hope this has been effective. I hope this blog's been good for you. I thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you on the next one.